Hey everyone, this is Andrew with you for Poker Savvy Plus. Once again, welcome. This video is going to be of a session that I played at 25 no limit PokerStars, and the purpose of this video is to get you to think about how we can profit from the mistakes of our opponents, and also how we can induce some mistakes from our opponents. I was playing at around about 11 in the morning on a weekday, which is supposed to be like one of the worst times to play, but I found the tables to be just ridiculously soft, which doesn't surprise me, but may surprise you. And there were mistakes being made all over the place, and I found that there were some pretty good spots to induce mistakes from my opponents. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over a couple of hands individually and talk about them in some depth, just about the concepts involved in sort of forcing mistakes from your opposition. This works particularly well at small stakes. But without further ado, we'll get to the hands. Alright, so in hand 1, I have 4-3 offsuit on the button. Certainly like a pretty loose open. I am on the button, but the blinds are relatively loose, so it's not a great open, but I figure I can play better than them post-flop. If we just pause on the flop here, I flop bottom pair, but it's on a board where I expect his range to hit that board like most of the time. The Queen 10 of spades, obviously the 3 is just kind of a brick, but the Queen 10 of spades is certainly bad for me. It hits all Broadway. Obviously it has a flush draw as well, and the 10 is low enough such that it sort of hits any middle pair hands that he might have had as well. Like I doubt he folds, well, he might fold pocket 9s, but you know, 10-9, sort of 9-8 is going to call. Jack 10 is a huge part of like bad players' ranges. Any queen, king, queen, ace, jack, all of those kind of hands are going to call. So this is not a good flop for me. So if we start up the playback again, this Dan Pill guy goes ahead and eventually checks the flop, I believe. Hurry up, Dan Pill. Yeah, he checks, and it's a pretty standard check behind for me. Like it's not a board that I want to a continuation bet. So I just check behind. And then if we pause when the turn comes up here, it's an interesting turn because obviously it gives me a hand which is now ahead of most of his range, but it's obviously behind a turn flush if he would have turned a flush, and it's also behind queens and tens. What I want to say about this turn is that this is when you turn a hand like this is a great spot where you can actually induce mistakes from your opponent.